I have 7:31, and I will call the meeting to order, and if Mike can vote for the empty position for Tiffany. And a while ago, I was asked to do a roll call when we start, so that the minute taker can, and I kind of dropped that, so if you want to just say your name.
Mike Spelt's present.
Bob Maxwell.
Gene Harrington.
Marge Bedoy.
Deb Levens.
David Heafy.
Elkel Bickford.
Okay, hopefully that helps her. So Eversource is up first.
Everyone hear me okay? Is this working?
It doesn't
No.
really project your voice.
That's
It's
not
just
really,
for
it's for the, it's for
recording.
others. Okay. It's like,
Well, it does go in the
A
speakers.
little bit, but
Yeah.
no problem. All right, thank you for having us this evening. I'm Lindsay White with GZA Geoenvironmental. I'm here with Kurt Nelson with Eversource Energy. We are here this evening for a conditional use permit application for upcoming maintenance work on the existing 380 transmission line. The work associated with this project will be done in accordance with the March 2019 Best Management Practices Manual for utility maintenance in and adjacent to wetlands and water bodies. And the project that's before you today is for upcoming maintenance work that's proposed to start this fall, early winter 2025 and be completed by mid-April 2026. The project includes the replacement of two existing structures located both off of Mayflower Drive. Both poles are currently wooden poles and will be replaced with a steel equivalent pole. The proposed work does require temporary wetland impacts for access to these poles and for a work pad area to be constructed for equipment and construction vehicle staging. And where access and work pads are located within wetlands, Eversource utilizes temporary timber matting to create a surface between the wetland resources and the construction equipment. Once work is completed, the timber matting would be removed, and those temporarily impacted areas would be stabilized with seedless mulch and monitored for stabilization. Again, this is maintenance of the existing line. Eversource is not proposing to expand the width of the right-of-way or install new infrastructure. This is just replacement of existing poles. So that's kind of the overview. We're happy to take questions from the commission.
Am I correct in remembering that there are other poles on this same line that have already been done?
Yes, so the poles that are identified for replacement are based on yearly inspections that are completed. So the ones that are rated needing to be replaced that year get incorporated. So sometimes we end up in similar areas as prior years.
Do you know what the total square footage of impact is?
Yes, that is for the temporary wetlands impact. It is 2,105 square feet.
Anyone?
I like to say we've worked with you guys before, and it's usually the same, you
Yeah.
know, it's pretty straightforward, and I have no comments other than that.
Okay.
So you said work sometime between September,
After October,
October.
starts in October and then completes before mid-April.
Have you been given any guidance on rare, threatened, endangered?
Yes, that's part of the best management practices we've been given. The recommendations from New Hampshire Fish and Game is to have that time of year restriction to complete work in the off season.
Yeah, right, okay. Is it turtles?
Turtles, snakes, the usual gamut.
I'd almost say go out right now because it's so dry.
Yeah.
I know.
I noticed their photos are taken right after all that rain we got.
So
this
much
spring.
rain.
But I guess my guess is it'll probably stay pretty dry, so it might work.
So
Nope.
do we want to recommend approval of the
Yeah.
CUP?
I'll make a motion that we recommend approval of the CUP for Eversource.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Deb, second by Jean. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain?
All
Awesome.
right,
Okay.
great, thank you.
Good.
I'll add my commendation to GZA that you always seem to do a really thorough job of documenting the projects, and that makes it a lot easier for all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. 196, 198 Rockingham.
No, close current.
All set?
Yes.
Good evening. My name's George Chadwick. I'm with Bedford Design tonight, representing Gino Bernard, the proposed developer of the project. We're here tonight for two reasons. One, I've got a project in front of design review, looking for your comments. But I also have, if the board would allow, I do need a conditional use permit. And if things go well tonight, I'd like to submit it to the town tomorrow, so I'd like to discuss that too, if possible.
Okay.
Try to kill two birds with one stone. Plan in front of you is the existing conditions out there. It's M&M Recycling. It's the metal storage.
Yeah, SNS.
Oh, SNS, excuse me.
Why is
We
it-
knew that.
SNS, M&M's down the street, the mulch place, sorry. SNS Recycling, it's a metal recycling facility right there on Rockingham Road. The project is made up of two parcels of land that'll be consolidated together. We do have some wetlands on the left-hand side of the site. That wetland is not associated with the Cohas Brook. Cohas Brook being located several hundred feet to the north of this. As we all know, Cohas Brook is a named stream and has a 100-foot buffer associated to the stream. That does not fall anywhere near this particular project. If the plans I emailed you, is it possible to bring those 4 up, or 5 sheets? The only reason I say that, it has some high, there you go. Maybe a little easier for everyone to see. The green line on the plan is the actual edge of wet, flagged by Luke Hurley. And Bedford Design then went out and located the wetlands. The red line is the 50-foot buffer associated with that. And the sort of purplish colored line, probably should have chose a different color now that I look at it from a distance. But that is the edge of pavement and gravel on the site. So if you look close at the plan, you'll see that there's some areas of gravel that are currently located within the buffer. In the bid, I'll talk about the conditional use permit, but those are the areas that part of it we'd like to maintain, some of it we're gonna restore, and we would have a small area of additional buffer impact. Mike, can you go to the next sheet for me? I know it's a little cluttered on this plan, but the project's a 60-unit residential project. There is a circular drive that goes around the project. It's on water, sewer, storm drainage would be collected and put through a chambered system beneath the pavement and then outletted. It would outlet in the area of red that's on your plan. That area represents 500, well, that area, and there's a small area right up on top there that's red, for a total of 597 square feet of new buffer impact. The area that is highlighted in green are the areas that we'd like to restore. That area is 3,693 square feet, or about 600% or so, a little over 600% of the new buffer impact that we're requesting. And there's a small area in yellowish there. That area is for a drain line to get to the, to get around the detention system, to get to the outlet, and that's existing gravel buffer impact that is there today. In that area, I wish I could take some pictures for you. There's 10, 12 feet high of stacked metal. Cars and you name it, it's stacked on this site. That area represents 982 square feet.
And that's to remain gravel?
That, no, that
It'll be
would.
paved?
That would be loamed and seeded.
Oh, okay.
After the drain line was put in. So it's outside the pavement, but it would be loamed and seeded, prior to, after the installation.
And maintained as grass or maintained as,
Right now, we're showing it to be maintained as grass. We certainly can talk about adding some wildflower mix or some sort of other vegetation in that area. The big green area up in front that we're restoring, there is some plantings associated with that show up on the landscape plan. I didn't bring it with me tonight, I probably should have.
is it in this somewhere?
It's in the full set of plans, it's not in the colored set that we're looking at now. Certainly can discuss the type of species in that you would like in the area to be restored. So,
Deb's kind of leading to the fact that turf is not an allowed use within the buffer. So when you say loamed and seeded, we don't want it seeded with grass.
lawn, right?
We don't
Yeah.
want it
It
maintained as
would be
lawn.
some sort of conservation mix that it would be seeded with.
But would you have to maintain it because of the drainage there, or?
Nope.
No, okay, it's
Nope,
just.
It could
but,
just
yeah,
grow natural.
go natural. That's what,
Yep.
that's what we like.
Yep. I believe the plans do call out the word loam and seed, so I will definitely get a conservation type mix to plant the areas to be restored.
I think the magic words we probably want to see are allowed to naturalize.
Allowed to naturalize, okay? I do have, and I probably should have started out with this, I've got copies of the whole packet that I'm gonna submit to planning, if the board would like to see copies of those. If not, you'll see them through the follow-up process once submitted to the town. However you like to see them. I do have, I don't know I think I might have enough for everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I do. So as I said, if things go well tonight, I will be submitting this plan tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The plans are in the back, real small, the same ones that are up on the exhibit.
We'll share one.
So what this initial letter does is summarizes basically what I said regarding the conditional use permit. There's the conditional use permit application as part of the set, and it identifies the 4 criteria. If you want, I can go into detail of those. There is no wetland impact associated with, but there is, like I said, 597 square feet of new buffer impact.
Is the drainage system, it's all above ground, or is
No, it's
there
all below ground.
all of it?
The entire thing is below ground. You won't see a gravel wetland, you won't see a regular detention basin or infiltration basin. Everything will be below ground.
And John Trotter is on board with the plan here?
Well, we'll put below-ground systems before in town Plans have been submitted. We're going through the design review process right now, so we'll answer the questions as they arise. Like I said, I have proposed, designed, and in the process of constructing now down at Gilcrest, for example. One that we did down on Gilcrest. It had some below-ground system as well as above-ground in that instance. If you recall, up on the buffer, the wetland buffer, there is an above-ground system as well.
What is this?
That's the construction entrance, just during construction.
Okay.
It's a gravel
So
pad to be laid down.
That'll go away?
It will go away, yes. It's just a pad so we don't track material out into the street. The wetland will be protected by silt fence. The outlet will be permanently protected by riprap to stop erosion down into the wetlands. I think there's probably two things to note on this one. One, we are restoring, like I said, about a little over 600% more of the buffer than what is out there today and will continue to be used. The second thing is we are getting rid of the recycling. And having talked to the planning board, they're excited to see it go.
So are we.
So,
Go ahead.
so you said that, if all goes well tonight, as you say, will we see you again or not with any
Depends on what
kind?
the board feels. I
Okay,
mean, if-
I'm still interested in what you're doing for landscaping.
You mind bringing up do you have that full
I,
site plan?
yeah, I do.
Oh,
Do you know
okay,
what page
that,
it's on?
I'm just, I'd like to
Towards
see the
end,
list and the
I'll
placement.
stop if you don't
I've been noticing things that are so close to the road these days that it's like they're, they allow the 15 feet. And it would be nice to be,
So it is a very, because when this initially was submitted, it was submitted under the Route 28 Performance Zone regulations, which now have been removed. But there's a very detailed landscape plan due to that regulation.
does seem to be very detailed. Is there any way to pull this down so, well, maybe if I go stand, I just can't even see the plan. Oh, yeah, perfect.
Here we go. Oh,
Well, it's
Hold on.
was
it keeps,
perfect. He's been doing that too.
yeah, it makes me go really slow or else it snaps back.
Go back one sheet.
Did I go back one sheet?
Oh, forward one sheet, maybe it was.
You lose your page,
There
then
you
it's
go.
too big.
All right, not that.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Oops. Oh, perfect. Don't do anything.
Oh my God. Okay, there, close enough.
Yeah, everything looks pretty good. It's like, it's always good to have things that are, if they're not just totally native, at least they're regional. Okay. And it looks like it is somewhat asked from the road eventually, it's reasonably
It will.
bigger.
It certainly will. The
Yeah.
PZ zone requirements require a street tree strip, a front landscape strip, so it will be buffered substantially from
Thank you.
the road.
The area that you show in yellow there, that's called.
So the area in yellow on that plan is the existing gravel that's
Right.
there today that we would like to leave there. We will then vegetate it afterwards, but that area is where the drain line goes. So it's currently disturbed area by SNS Recycling.
Right.
That is in the buffer, so we'd like to maintain that disturbed area.
So you're not, but the line is out of sight, it's underground, right?
It is underground. We'd have to disturb the land, though, and it'll put that
To put
drain
it in,
line
of
in
course,
there.
right.
And then would vegetate over it. Just like the permanent vegetation, just like the new disturbance a drain line would be put in, would vegetate over the top of it, and basically it would go back to its natural condition,
Right.
but it is an impact.
But, I mean, you're gonna have to loam, not a lot's gonna grow in gravel, right?
No. We would, and there's notes on the plan accordingly, outside of the edge of pavement, we remove whatever gravel is there, and then add loam
Yeah,
and seed it.
okay.
Yes.
And that's where we're gonna allow it to naturalize. Can you say a little bit about the encroachment on the north side of the property and what you're gonna do about that?
We're removing the gravel that's there, and we will let it revegetize. We will loam and seed it, or loam it, and then plant vegetation there as well. But it is an existing, there's a fence along the back property line, the back area of disturbance there as well. That fence would be removed as well, bring everything back to the property line.
Right.
And vegetate everything on the abutter's lot.
So, have you conducted like a phase one environmental of the property? I mean,
So-
where does it stand?
So this property, Turner has been, the Turner Group has been modeling, has done a phase one, has done a phase two, for the past 5 or 6 or 7 years, has been monitoring it. They, and I'll be speaking to more and have someone from Turner here at the planning board meeting, but the elements that were found had to do with MTBs, I think it was. And as time goes on, those are slowly decreasing over time. They fully expect that within the next year or so, that'll totally dissipate within state levels, acceptable levels. I think there's only one well right now that still has traces above the limits, but is working its way down.
Traces of,
Excuse me?
you said traces of
MPT,
MT,
yeah.
gasoline,
MTBE,
MTBE. Sorry.
ethyl tertiary butyl
Yes.
ether, right?
Excellent.
So DES must be involved in this, or?
They are,
Yeah,
yeah. For the last 5 years, they've been working with the Turner Group on this.
are they funded by DES?
Yes, they are.
One of the brownfields projects?
I don't know all the details, and I don't want to misspeak here.
Okay,
I certainly will go into more detail at the planning board meeting if,
This is,
you
yeah,
know, if everyone is
probably.
interested.
It's good, though.
Yeah.
So you're gonna disturb a lot of soil
Yep.
in this project. My concern is how do we assure ourselves that soil disturbance doesn't result in, releasing aerosols or,
I don't know that I can answer that question clear enough for you right now. I'd rather have the gal from Turner do it. My understanding is during the entire process, Turner will be there, monitoring the situation, taking samples if necessary. But to what detail and requirements and all that type of stuff, I don't have the answer for you. I'd rather have Turner.
so Turner is contracted to,
Turner currently is contracted through SNS, funded by the state. And that contract will be turned over to Gino based on the sale of property, when the property sells. And that funding will continue along with the new landowner.
do you have a point of contact at DES?
Let me get it for you, Mike. I'll get it to Mike and he can disseminate it. I don't off the top of my, I don't have my old file there. Only brought the conditional use file.
Yeah, I would like to, I think, hear from them
Sure.
on, you know, what the status is here and what
I can
the,
get you copies of the reports and stuff that have been,
yeah, it's probably available online if we do
Okay.
do the digging.
yeah, I'll get you a name, certainly.
I think we need to reassure the planning board that we have looked at this and that it doesn't, you know, present a threat. So, you know, it was unlike the work that's being done up at Murray's Auto Recycling in that there isn't gonna be any disturbance up there. This is, you know, there's gonna be a lot of dirt moved around.
Right. Bless you.
So as far as you know, there's no,
Okay.
requirement or plan to take dirt off site to clean it up.
No. No, we're being told there's no need to do that.
Okay, good. Yeah.
And at the planning board level, we certainly, and I'll supply it to Mike, there's several monitoring wells all over this place that, you know, have been monitored over the last 5, 6 years or so. And we can identify those wells, which one, what was found in what well, and all that type of stuff for you if you'd like. Certainly.
And you'll have signs along the buffer?
Yep, we do have every 50 feet a conservation district sign, as your regulations require. Yep.
Anything else from anybody? Your sentiments on the CUP?
Well, it sounds like Mike wants to hear more.
Well, no,
Before we
I'm
sign off
okay
on
with the
it?
CUP and with your treatment of the buffer area and the restoration. I think it's all a good thing. But in terms of you said you're looking at this for DRC comments also? Is that the case or not?
We do have AOT comments that we're gonna have to address. We do have left-hand turn lane that's being proposed out on DOT, so they'll have to comment on the project. This is the beginning. We were submitted to DRC maybe 2 weeks ago. So we've still got a process ahead of us.
Yeah, the agenda says DRC.
That's what I thought. So we need to, I think, include a comment that says, we're doing further we're
Need to review the
coordinating with
DES.
DES on environmental hazards.
Okay,
Just so we know.
So I assume that'd be like a DRC comment, correct?
correct.
Yeah, right,
Sure.
right.
And then, where do you want me to put that, to use the conservation seed mix in the buffer and allow it to naturalize? CUP or
No, that'd be under the DRC.
DRC? Okay,
Because that's under, that goes into the site plan,
okay, yep.
landscape.
So, DRC, we're just recommend approval?
I mean, it's CUP.
CUP.
We recommend
For the
approval of the
CUP.
CUP. The DRC, we're not giving them a recommendation
Oh,
pending further
I misspoke.
coordination.
I mean the CUP. The CUP,
Yeah.
okay,
Do you want a motion?
that would be okay, yeah?
Okay, I make a motion that we recommend approval of the conditional use permit for 196 and 198 Rockingham Road.
Okay,
Second.
any further discussion?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
the
Didn't
board's
vote
time.
very loud, but I guess. You can have your copies back, George. Oh, you're back.
Yeah,
Just
put
don't
my other
forget, don't
hat on
forget to
here.
take those with that project. Ones are left over. All right, now see if I can find this one. That would be. Oh, let's go back one more. There
Anytime.
All set? Mm-hmm. I have let me start off right this time. I do have a packet for the CUP on this one as well.
Thank you.
Thanks. So we have a CUP and DRC again?
Yeah, so on this one here, we do. Project's located at 225 Rockingham Road. My name's George Chadwick, I'm with Bedford Design. This particular project, we're working with Gen X Construction Group. This piece of property currently has a single-family home on it. It's at the intersection of the Cut-Through Road Smith and Rockingham Road. There are wetlands on the abutting property to the west, and that is the green line that's on your plan. The red line indicates the conservation buffer, the 50-foot conservation buffer. The wetlands were mapped by Tom Sokolowski. In your package, there's a wetland/site-specific soils report that was prepared by him. If you look close at this plan, you'll see an area of wetlands between the main wetland. It's a long finger of wetland that is not contiguous to the main wetland. That wetland area is less than a half acre in size, thus does not have a 50-foot buffer associated with it. Do we all see that line on the
Yep.
plan? So you see two green lines there, right? You see right over the gas line,
I
you
see.
see a green line, that's the edge of wet with the 50-foot buffer. And then you'll see just between that and the red line, sort of a snake-shaped figure, worm-shaped figure, that is closed, and it is not contiguous to the main wetland. Thus,
Where's the main wetland?
the
Very
green
bottom.
line,
Here.
the main green line there. See the green line on the plan?
South, everything's.
And then this is the one that
It's
he's
all down,
talking about.
the
Yeah,
wetland is
it's in
down here,
this.
so it's off property.
It is off property, correct. It's to the abutters lot to the west. The property slopes from the southeast to the corner we're looking at in the northwest, sort of slopes toward this particular wetland. The low point of the lot being right there in the bottom left corner of the parcel. Mind flipping to the next sheet? One more back. There you go. This is an overall plan of the project, again, very detailed. There's subsequent sheets with more that are larger that we can read if necessary. This particular project is a 40-unit residential project, similar to what, or the same as what's being built down on Gilcrest today. Stormwater will be collected, treated, and discharged to above-ground drainage systems in this instance. Then outletted to the northwest corner of the property, that being the area in red. The reason for the location, it's the lowest point on the lot. It enables us to get drainage from the upper lands to this location, have the appropriate cover and distance to sea level high water table with the ponds and so on and so forth. That area in pink represents 1,023 square feet. And again, once the drain line was put in, it would be revegetated and naturalized.
So everything's going into the wetland, you don't have any sewer drainage,
Any,
sewer line? drainages?
This property is on water and sewer, but it is well out of the buffer. So we just have that little piece of drainage in order to outlet the detention basins at an appropriate elevation.
Did you say what the purple line is in this one?
The purple line is the proposed tree line that's out there. The reason I
Legend
identified.
that says silt fence.
A proposed tree line / silt fence. The reason we highlighted it, because we wanted to maintain the existing stone walls as much as possible. And the intent is, except for that little area where we have to cross in order to discharge the drainage, we'd like to maintain those stone walls.
So the existing house is,
Yeah, flip back one more sheet. It's right in the middle of the first building.
yeah. And that, but up above to the, on the northeast corner, there's a, what's that building?
Northeast corner is an existing house that's there, and then there's a garage associated, detached, like garage. I'm not sure else where you, if you don't mind blowing that up, Mike.
It didn't show on that particular page.
Okay,
If you go to,
if we go
Page
back to
we're
the other
on.
one,
yeah. There,
which one?
right there where the hand is.
That's an existing house on an abutting parcel of land.
Oh, okay, that's,
That's
so
not
that's
on,
not part of the project.
that's not part of this project.
And the same thing with all of the,
Buildings to the south, that's Highlands Cold Storage to the north, to the east, the big building there to the east.
yeah, okay.
If you open up the packet, you'll see an aerial photo. And you'll be able to see the cold storage building to the east, the residential house just below their driveway. And then to the west of the site, those buildings are self-storage units that are there, existing self-storage units. Stormwater from the property goes under the driveway for the self-storage, crosses Rockingham Road, and goes to the north, flows northwest.
So how will you engage with Smith Lane? That'd be, you don't, is that right?
We don't
Oh,
touch
I know
Smith
where
Lane
we
at all.
are. Triangle Mobile.
The driveway is in close proximity to Smith Lane.
I don't know how they're gonna get away with it.
Vanessa Associates, the traffic engineer for the project, has met with DOT, met out there a couple times. DOT curb cut permit's been submitted, and I fully anticipate that it gets approved very shortly.
Wow.
In this project, no off-site improvements were required by DOT.
Comments, questions?
I'm just a little concerned about over a period of time, when you get a good storm, your detention ponds, are gonna fill up and meter the water out at no greater rate than it's leaving right now, but for a longer period of time. And how much space is there before that has to go under Smith Lane and Rockingham Road? Is it gonna be backing up more towards those storage units?
I do not believe so. Maybe you can go to the next sheet, if you don't mind. All right, so this is that same area blown up a little bit. You can see the water coming out of the detention ponds through that little swale toward the wetland. The wetland, all that area flows down under the culvert, under their driveway, and then goes under 28, Rockingham Road. Between the edge of wet, and I'm guessing now, because I don't have it an exact distance, but I believe the elevation change between the wetland and the self-storage is probably 3-4 feet, probably more like 3 feet if I had to guess, having been out there. So again, if the volume leaving these basins were to increase the height of that wetland, it is a fairly large area, and I feel very comfortable that we're not gonna be increasing the height of that the water in that wetland greater than, a few inches.
And there's a large enough capacity underneath 28.
There is, yeah. Is it showing that plan there? There is a fairly large pipe that goes under 28. Let's see if I can read it on this thing. If you go to the existing conditions plan, if you don't mind.
Was that the first?
Yeah, that one right there, and then zoom in. Keep going if you could.
Which area?
We're gonna get out to the Smith Road intersection. Yeah, there you go. Can you read that size of that pipe right there?
It says 12-inch.
The one on the driveway's 12. Does that say
Oh,
15 or 12?
Everything says 12-inch. 12-inch HDPE, 12-inch CMP.
Okay. Yeah, it's a 12-inch pipe. Goes
It's
under.
15 on the outlet side,
Yeah, that, I thought that's what that said, 15. So
but it's,
it would go through a 12 to a 15. Yeah, I see that.
well, it's 12-inch on the inside.
Yep, I do see that. Part of the DOT curb cut process, we submit drainage calcs to the state. They don't want to have their state system overwhelmed either. So they'll be looking at it.
Yeah, because that intersection floods regularly.
Yeah, down a little further, it does all the time. I don't know if I've seen it flood up this far, but it does. You're right. The Cohasset Brook floods that area right there all the time.
And this will contribute to that, right? I mean, it goes into that area.
Yep, it will contribute to it. Again, the rate, we look at hydrographs, right? And you look at how fast this would get to that area versus how fast the Cohasset Brook would get to that area. And I really don't think this would affect it any substantially. The flooding down, down further where the Cohasset crosses. But if that's a concern, let's note it and I'll address it.
I noticed that the required parking is 1.5 spaces per unit.
The state has now adopted come down and said to the towns, you only need 1.5. In this particular project, we do have 2. It was designed prior to the state adopting those rules. I haven't brought a project through Londonderry yet that, again, Londonderry's rules still 2, right? They haven't changed their rules as of yet. I'm sure that's something we'll be discussing with the planning board.
Did that change at the state, does that mandate the town go to 1.5?
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I
But
saw that.
as
That was
of
the whole
yet, I don't
point.
believe Londonderry
Yeah,
has changed
that's
their
what I
rules.
thought. Yeah, I remember there was a great deal of angst about that package. But I think that we should recommend, because we can eliminate some impervious surface there, to
Well, as he said, technically, the town still requires two, until the town zoning ordinance changes.
Right, but they, however they choose to do it, by changing the zoning ordinance or by simply granting a planning board waiver, they have the ability to allow them to go to 1.5. I mean, it would save you money.
Sure, sure.
Well, it's
You know,
let's
in this
ask.
instance, I'd have to talk to my client and see if they would want to reduce the parking. I do understand the environmental effects that pavement and impervious surface has, so they'll save them a little money. But again, being I think these are all two-bedroom units. Yeah, but I would ask them.
Do they have garages under?
No, they do not. These are unlike the last project I did in town. There is no garages on this one. It's just all
Open air.
open parking.
So do we want to recommend that?
I think we should,
So,
yeah.
Okay.
think
I
you
would
could
like
say,
to know about
consider
snow
reducing the
storage.
parking to 1.5 per unit.
Mm-hmm.
So snow storage.
Yeah.
If you go back one more sheet, back to the overall plan, there's plenty of area to the end of the turnaround there, the cul-de-sac for snow storage. And typically, that's how you would plow it too. You'd come in,
Yeah, and go ahead,
push
yeah.
what you can to the upside, and then pile the rest at the end. where
But
the
you wouldn't want to
dumpster's
block the
located,
dumpsters.
Where we have it shown on the plan.
Are the dumpsters going to allow for recycle as well as trash?
Yes.
So there won't be individual pickups, so everybody will have to take their stuff down to the dumpsters?
Correct.
Is this considered affordable or not affordable? Or
Market rate.
market rate? That's a much more polite term.
And one very similar to this is being built currently down on Gilcrest.
Right.
That we did a couple years ago.
Way down.
Remember that one?
So these are individually owned, no, these are apartment
Apartments.
rentals, right?
Rentals, yep.
But they're ups and downs.
Yes, the townhouses, yep. Yep.
Do we have any comments on the CUP request?
I think it's reasonable.
So are we recommending approval?
I think we want to recommend that they consider going to 1.5 spaces per unit for
For the
parking.
CUP?
The CUP.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't see a problem.
Okay. Do you want to make a move? Jim?
Yep, sorry.
Did he, or it's just a,
I'll move that we recommend to the planning board the approval of the CUP
Okay.
for 225 Rockingham Road.
Second?
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passed unanimously. The only comment on the DRC is the 1.5 parking? I mean, yeah, DRC.
1.5 parking and, I think he's gonna have the state making sure that they're not gonna be overfilling that culvert. I'm still a little concerned about that. I totally understand the concept of not increasing the peak flow,
Right.
but I also understand the concept that the peak flow continues for a lot longer. And what does that do downstream when it hits a culvert or something like that?
Right.
So we want to confirm impact of the outflow.
So Gene, my only comment on that is, if I was in a different town, I'd be talking about infiltration. I can't talk about infiltration in Londonderry because Londonderry doesn't allow it. Reality says, is water gonna infiltrate out of these ponds? It is, they're not lined, right? So technically, water will infiltrate, although I design it so ponds in town are twice the size they really need to be. Because I can't talk about infiltration in town.
You can't take credit for it.
Can't take credit for it, correct. Correct.
Okay.
I think the word we want to use for Gene's concern is cumulative. What is the cumulative impact on the total flow under 28? And the problem is being the low man and the watershed. So everybody's cumulative piles up and one adds on to the next. And I mean, I've been harping on this for years and I've never convinced anybody to consider it. Don't ask me why.
All right. Anything else we want to mention? All right.
All
I
set?
think we're good. Thank
Again,
you.
thank you very much for your time tonight. Have a good evening.
All right, I have a couple
Please
things.
collect some of these extra reports.
You want me to grab them from you?
Yes.
We've gotten the estimate from RCCD for the Ingersoll monitoring.
I don't think we need them.
It's 749, which has not changed in years, so I think I'm keeping mine.
Mine too.
So I just need approval to,
I move we
Accept this.
authorize the chair, Conservation Commission to expend $749 to monitor the Ingersoll property,
okay,
2025.
Seconded.
okay. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained? Motion passes unanimously.
You gonna go to public comment?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Any public comment?
Is this the time?
It's actually past time, Ray, but fortunately Gene caught it.
Yep, I was just rambling on.
Oh, we didn't really get to old business yet.
Ray Breslin, 3 Gary Drive. I got here a little late, so I missed that about Eversource transmission line. But I was listening in regards to 196, 198 Rocking Road. And do I understand that this was the former or the current S&S Metal?
Yes,
And so they're moving out, the property's being sold, a new owner, and they're proposing this village at Londonderry.
Their words, not ours.
Yeah. Personally, I would have a lot of concerns. I think Mike brought up some things about soil removal, what's there. There's monitoring wells, apparently, what the gentleman said. Somebody mentioned, I think Deb had brownfield site. Kind of sounds like it to me. So in the discussion with DES, certainly we need to know what that is. And then we have the other one, 225 Rockingham Road. Right at this intersection of Smith Lane and Rockingham Road, I understand that this area has been opened up, or we've removed, what did we remove? Some of the protection in that area. But one thing really concerns me, and that is DES, no, I'm sorry, DOT, has a 10-year plan for this whole area. this particular area is over a $7 million and rising project in the 10-year plan to completely redo this whole area. That would be the head of Mammoth Road, Smith Lane, and potentially widening of Rockingham Road. And with all due respect, these folks who have a right to come before you to propose these projects, but I have a lot of concerns, and I would think others would too. I understand this is going before planning, and they're going to review it. Yeah. All of the things that we are dealing with in this town impact from contamination, from growth, from traffic, all of this. And you folks are doing your job. And these folks coming forward have a right to propose these things, but I just wonder what the town's plan is, what the master plan is, what the conservation plan is. So much to think about. Thank you
Thank you.
for allowing me to speak. What did I bring up last time? There's something about conservation. No, I don't know. Natural resources.
Oh,
Natural
inventory.
resources.
the natural resource inventory.
I saw you written up in the paper.
Yep.
But what is the town doing in that regard? I mean, wait a minute, what is the master plan? Are they going to have something in the master plan?
That's the next, those are the next chapters that the master plan committee will be working on.
Yeah,
The survey just went out. You can go online and fill out the survey, asking about your opinions on those sort of things.
okay.
So that would be a good opportunity. And I think there'll be information at Old Home Days regarding that survey, but I'm not sure exactly how that's going to be handled.
Yeah. Just briefly, Old Home Day, who's in charge of that? Or, it's a group effort, I understand.
It's staff, town staff. I would speak with Kirsten. She seems to be
Yeah.
the director of that right
Yeah.
now.
I mean, I think I volunteered to do something. But, let's see, Friday, I have to get up at 3 o'clock and make a run to Dover, come back, and so, but I'll be, I think in the afternoon, I would be available, so,
Yeah, I think people will be down there setting up for the next day.
yeah,
Usually they do it Friday afternoon,
yeah,
so we'll see you there.
yeah. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
So I would like to comment on Ray's comment. I know that this project has been ongoing. It's actually a 30-year plan. They have so many segmented plans at the state level, and every year they add, every 2 years they add
Oh, the
more in.
DOT plan? What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, so it's all part of the transportation plan that they talk about. I get this almost every meeting I go to,
Southern New Hampshire
the New Hampshire Planning Commission. Yeah, and, you know, it does make me wonder what he said, how, if they've got this, I don't think this is the right one, but if it's coming out too close to that intersection, is planning board taking into consideration what the state has planned for that, and will it affect that development? Will they have to knock a building off the front, or?
See, that is all
That's
a
really-
planning board discussion. We're
know.
not supposed to be
I
addressing
know,
that here,
Right.
But
so,
And the thing is,
who can,
they have to apply for a curb cut on 28. That's DOT. So DOT should say, I have this plan, I have this curb cut request, do these things go together or
Right.
not? And that's their job.
Yeah, well, okay, so do you think somebody's gonna be doing this?
Well, I suspect somebody's gonna need to recommend that they communicate to each other, because, for example, just here, the building department and the assessing department don't always connect. Yeah.
Can I just say one other thing? You know, the DOT has done some of the engineering for this intersection of
Yeah.
Mammoth Road, okay?
Yeah.
Some of this has already been done. Some of this money has already been spent.
Right.
Okay? But they have not done the final decision as to what it's gonna be. One of them is, you know where the stop sign is, the head of Mammoth Road, the gas station. And one of them, they're gonna do away with that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay? It's not gonna go straight.
They were
It's
supposed
gonna
to,
go Smith Lane, and then it's gonna be a stoplight there.
well,
Okay?
I thought Smith Lane was gonna be eliminated.
Well, it
That's
can't
the-
be if they're
That's the
gonna,
latest
it
I
can't
saw.
be if they
And we're-
do away
we
with
are
the straight shot.
straying
Okay,
a
we're-
long
Yeah,
way
we're
from
getting
the
way off,
charter.
but, yeah,
But it's interesting.
I know. So, in my search for an appraiser, I actually got a maybe from somebody who will get back to me next week with her final thoughts.
Do we need to vote you some money to sign?
No, 'cause we
We're
don't
not
know
that
how
close.
much
We're
that
not-
is
okay,
yet.
We're not that close.
I saw all the email about the Lithia signs. Are we getting a professional graphic designer?
Yes, I can give you an update on Lithia right now, or.
Okay, yeah,
So the deconstruction of the causeway has begun.
nice.
The trees have been removed from the part that we're deconstructing. The bushes have been removed. Some of the bushes have been tagged to be replanted as, restoration in the area that the soil will be dumped in. I'm going down tomorrow to see them take their first bite out of the causeway and hopefully document cross sections, how it was
Oh.
constructed.
Cool.
And I'd invite y'all to come down, but the machine that they're using is as wide as the causeway. So you're gonna have to walk out into the wetland to see anything. And it's dangerous because they can't see you, when they're up in the
Plus, it's
cab.
90 degrees.
Yeah, that too.
So, but anyway, that's happening, and as we agreed, there's about a 90-foot section that's being retained that leads from the spring house, and then it'll just get scooped down to organic soil, and the wetlands will flow back together, just like the Red Sea after Moses went through. So and as part of that discussion, I got to chat a long time with the DES staff that was actually on site to visit today
Nice.
and see how it was going, and I am quite certain that, I know they're gonna support us, and I'm quite certain they will succeed in getting us some additional funds to cover any expenses we have that are beyond the budget that we originally submitted. So that'll include a historian developing the content,
Mhm.
a graphic designer making the sign, and then we'll continue with the quote that we got, although it's likely to become stale before
Mm.
all is said
Right.
and done, we'll have to go back.
Where are
but-
you putting the sign? Because if it's that much of an adventure to get out there,
Well,
is
there's,
it gonna be where people can see it?
depending on, right now, they'll have to bushwhack if they were together, but I think we need to build the trail before we put the sign in.
Mhm.
But we need to get the signs.
Yeah,
Getting
sure,
paid
sure,
for.
sure.
Think of in Marge's barn. Along with
Everyone
the-
else does, why
Along
not?
with, well, the L-chip sign is in my garage,
Oh.
and has been for a couple of years, so, but yeah, so, we do need to move forward on the parking area,
Mhm.
and then that'll allow us to get going on the trail. And I
Yeah.
think we need to, bite the bullet and fund the the creation of the trail, it doesn't sound like we're gonna really get that far with trailways. I don't know, unless you tell me
Yeah, it
different.
doesn't sound like it, but
Do we have, you wanted me to put something in the report about money that's encumbered. Is this something that's encumbered, or,
Well,
and I don't know these numbers, so if you want me to start keeping a record of it, I need to know what they are.
okay, yeah, I can,
that budget amount,
yeah, it's about 26,000 or so, but, yeah, I mean, we haven't committed any funds to the sign maker other than the initial ones that we have, and that estimate is now low, so, and I don't think we ought to commit any more. We need to have the ARM fund make good on, funding us the differential. So we'll pay what we signed up to pay,
right?
and that's the number that, I can give you or I can just send you the budget,
Yeah, that's, whatever we've committed to is all we need to
yeah,
just account for in our budget.
right.
And then,
But to answer your question, there's two signs. One is intended to be installed at the site of the spring itself, where the spring house was. And then the other one, it will be at the head of the rump of the causeway. And those two are, right now, they're impenetrable Japanese
not we, no.
bittersweet, but, they're 400 or 500 feet apart probably.
Mm.
But, so we need a trail that gets you out there, and then a trail that takes you over to the causeway. Right
Um,
now, until you are actually standing at the beginning of the causeway, you can't even tell it's there, because it's
Right.
so overgrown, so there's a lot of work to do.
Anything with Parmenter Road? Have we heard from that attorney?
I did double check and got the same, I'll nudge him answer.
From
So
the
I-
attorney?
Yeah,
Because I looked up, and on May 15th, he said, we'll have it next week.
yeah.
I think,
Well, I mean, I don't.
and I'd be
I can't
curious how
remember-
much he's charging us for sitting on it for,
Well, yeah, he
this
isn't doing
long.
anything. He's contracted it to a title company. And they're the ones that are the source of the delay.
I bet not.
I hope you're right. But I'll buzz him again.
We might want to ask Sean Mulholland to help us out with that.
Yeah, sounds like it. I'll be meeting with him actually
Well,
on another
on
matter.
Thursday,
so,
right?
Yeah, we can bring that up.
Yes.
But I'll try to get with him before a lawyer, give him a heads up that we're, so I have the latest promise to pass on to Sean.
And then on Monday's town council meeting, they're gonna do a first reading of a proposal to change the land use change tax so that the conservation gets 100% instead of just the 60-40 split.
Oh,
But it won't be a public hearing until the next meeting. So, that's
Yeah, but
which would be
the,
2 weeks or a month?
2 weeks. I think it's September 8th.
The package that the counselors received was good, but there's a lot more to be said.
Well, I still have your PowerPoint from when we were fighting for it at the,
Yeah,
Deliberative.
2016
yeah.
town meeting. I looked at that myself today. What we need really is an updated version of that, I think. And I think maybe on Thursday we can ask Sean what the best avenue is for us to,
Yeah, because I don't think, we don't need to present for the first reading, but when the public hearing comes up, I think it would be helpful if we presented something.
yeah.
So it's just the first reading at the next meeting? Is that-
Yeah, correct,
That's what it
correct.
qualifies as,
Um,
described as.
And then I do see the Conservation Ranger truck,
Oh, I know.
ATV in the back of it.
Oh, I see it.
So
saw
I see it
driving
all
around.
around,
I
so
saw a
I'm gonna
very
check
young
with,
person in it.
They were using it today to put out barricades for Old Home Days, I assume.
yep, I'm gonna check with LPD to see if we have
Say, whose
I-
gas are they burning?
hired a person, or we just,
Yeah, the part that gets me is when I see it with the ATV in the back.
yeah. Um,
So that's wear and tear that's not ours.
True. And then, what are we gonna do with Charlie?
I was thinking about him. And then I
It's
stopped thinking.
clearly he doesn't wanna do this.
Yeah, I think we have to.
I think we need to just
move on.
confirm that and
Yeah.
find someone else.
I will do that.
You know, I feel bad that he's done some work, but he,
Why is it necessary to confirm anything? He's made it
Yeah,
ver-
true that.
He's
That's
made it very
true.
clear. It's been years.
so, yeah, years.
Literally. I think it was before COVID that we started this, honestly.
And
Oh, yeah.
so
Who's next? Who's next? I don't know specifically any foresters.
I know
Anymore.
the Rockingham, well, he's not assigned to just Rockingham, the Cooperative Extension County Forester person,
Who's that? What's his name?
Greg,
Oh, okay.
it escapes me at the moment, but he's like head of the forestry,
So he could recommend someone for us.
probably.
I have some contacts that I can probably hit up,
All right,
see.
As
And-
again, we've got the funds.
Yeah,
They're just,
and Greg used to work for Charlie,
oh,
so, yeah. Anything else? I guess that's all I have, if anybody else has anything.
I am separated from my emails, so it will probably be, with any luck, I will probably have enough information to do a year-end tally
Okay, cool. yeah.
for the next meeting, all things being equal.
So that leaves minutes.
Yeah, I never saw those.
Oh,
Shall I just
it
abstain?
wasn't in the thing that I sent you?
It probably was, but I never saw
Oh,
it.
you couldn't get it, okay.
No, I probably just I was looking at the plans and I never opened the minutes. That's what happened. So I'll just abstain if everybody's ready to go. I'm sure. Cheryl did a good job.
If there's no further comments, I'll recommend approval of the minutes of what's the actual date? July 22nd, 2025 meeting.
Okay,
Second.
any comments? All in favor? Aye.
I'll
Opposed?
abstain.
And Deb abstains.
I abstain also. I wasn't
Okay,
here.
Bob abstains. Motion pass.
Looked like there was non-public in there too.
The non-public minutes were remarkably succinct.
That was a recommendation, if we can't meet the criteria to seal the minutes, then we're supposed to be very succinct.
Achieved.
So we can have non-public meetings, but they aren't really non-public if we don't seal them.
Correct, and there's only certain
Yeah, right, yeah.
reasons you can
Yes.
seal them.
Yes.
So we don't have to put, like, when we discuss potential acquisition properties, we don't list the properties, we just discuss acquisition properties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we didn't even do that on these minutes. I mean, it was just. I'm okay with it, but as long as it's not a problem, I don't know, if Kirsten says it's okay, then I'm okay.
I'll move we approve the non-public minutes from July 22nd,
Okay,
as presented.
Second.
second. Sorry.
We'll let Elle do it, she doesn't get to do it. Okay, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstain? Deb and Bob abstain.
I'll move we adjourn.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll second that.
motion by Jean, second by Deb. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.